Hi, I'm Richard Kavanagh, and this is the ultimate do-up, where we spend $250,000 totally transforming a modest family home. And we do it for real, not just a lick of paint and a weekend's work. This is what it really costs and what it really takes to modernise and future-proof a typical Kiwi home. Half a million New Zealanders pull up stumps and move house every year. Imagine if you didn't have to. Your ultimate home could be hiding right before your very eyes. All it takes is a little bit of imagination and a friendly bank manager, and it all starts and ends with your existing house. Incredibly, up to 82% of us still live in houses built 20 or more years ago. But these homes no longer suit the way we live now. We went looking for a family who faced the same problems as many of us, living in an outdated house. We found them, mum, dad and 4 kids in a modest 3-bedroom 1976 Kite home. It's a home the Whitunuis have simply outgrown, and the good news is that they're going to get more room. The bad news is that they'll live on the building site as their home is completely gutted and reconstructed.
Hi, I'm Beatrice, mother of 4 children.
My name's Mark and I'm the father.
Hi, my name's Lauren Whitunui, I'm 15.
Hi, my name's Kendra, I'm 10.
Hello, my name's Mark. I share my bedroom with Ethan.
Ethan, being all of 5 years old, is more the strong, silent type member of the family. We'll see. We've got $200,000. Mark and Beatrice have decided to borrow $50,000 as well, giving us a total budget of $250,000. That's quite a lot more than the $17,800 it cost to build the Whitunui's house. And, like many Kite homes of the era, it was delivered on the back of a truck, so it's really compact. A feature the family is well aware of. 6 people, 3 bedrooms, 1 toilet, 1 bathroom, 1 small living area. Their home is bursting at the seams.
I need space. A little bit of space for myself, lots of space for my kids, lots of space for my teenager.
I want to be away from the family. Woo!
So I have more room to play with my toys and more room to get away from my brother.
Definitely need another toilet.
We go for the toilet as well.
The queues in the morning are shocking.
Like a lot of houses owned by young parents, this house will struggle to accommodate the family as the kids grow up. Already there's no room for family and friends to visit. But they do have the perfect spot, nestled in the hills of West Auckland, looking out across native bush. It's a sunny section, it's quiet, and yet it's just 30 minutes from the city. And this is where Mark hopes they'll stay.
I dread the day that my children grow up and feel like they have to move on. So we'd like to make the house bigger and keep them here for as long as we can.
Creating their ultimate home will fulfil Mark's dream of keeping his family together. It's a journey that will see the family tested. They're going to move out of their house and live on site in caravans for as long as it takes to completely renovate their home. But they'll have the help of professionals along the way, and it's time for us to meet the first one. This is architect Rick Pearson. He's won loads of awards and is really well known for his stylish and affordable designs. Rick, first impressions?
My first impressions are to open up the house, have more space obviously, and relate to the ground a lot more. A hallmark of the houses of this period is the open-plan living, combining living room, dining and kitchen, and it's where all the action takes place. It's also really a thoroughfare. We have the front door, we have the hall and the deck, and everything goes on in here. Another thing about these houses, they have really low ceilings and very little acoustic privacy. These bedrooms are really small. This one here is 2.4 by 3 metres.
And 2 growing boys live in this room.
The garage underneath the house is a huge waste of space. They don't actually park the cars here. They leave them at the front of the house. It's really only good for storage.
Well, let's get renovating. I'm going to take you upstairs to meet Mark and Beatrice and see what they want to do with the place.
Okay.
Guys, Rick is going to be working with you over the next 3 months.
Congratulations.
Hello,
Hello, I'm Lauren.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So here's the first opportunity for you guys to have a little bit of a chat about what's going to happen. The Whitunui's wish list is based on real-life needs. An extra bedroom, another bathroom, and more living space. And a few dreams. Here's what they said 3 months ago in their audition.
Describe your perfect house.
My perfect
Your
house.
perfect house.
Lots of room. A secret place for me to go without the children. And tidy. Tidy.
And
Tidy.
as Dad put it, it's an architect's dream.
I like modern, you know, we'd like to do something modern. And that's it really, a garage. Got to have a garage to go and hide out.
Of course, when it comes to renovating, we have to match what you want and need with what's actually possible. So what are you going to be able to give these guys and what aren't you going to be able to give them?
Well, essentially, I'd like to give them everything, but that just wouldn't happen. It would be just a far too big a house. So what I've done is I've tried to rationalise it. I basically would like to separate the kids' rooms from the parents and push the parents over to the front. I'd like the bedrooms to open up rather than living in a cupboard. I'd like them to basically be a place to live in rather than just a place to sleep. So essentially we have 3 levels. The existing level, down here we have the living room, and we have the kitchen and dining even below that. And upstairs here we have the parents' bedroom.
Are all the kids going to get their own bedrooms?
No, they won't. I've had to compromise a little bit, just mainly in terms of cost, and I've tried to use the existing bedrooms as efficiently as I can. So 2 of the little kids, Mark and Ethan, will have to share, whereas the girls will have their own room and the parents will have their own room as well, as again.
Oh,
just
they'll love
separate.
that.
Yes, it retains the views as well.
Awesome. And Rick's decisions aren't just based on budget. When you're future-proofing, you're creating a home that will meet your needs in 10 and 20 years' time. So in a few years, when Lauren, or even Kendall have left, the boys will get their own rooms and there'll be space for extended family. Well, Rick's got a fair bit of work ahead of him to sort out these plans, so we'd better let him get on with it. After the break, we'll see what the family make of it.
Wow.
With $250,000 to play with, architect Rick Pearson is wanting to create a modern home that will meet the needs of the family now and in the future. And now's the moment of truth.
Okay, guys, here are the plans showing how your house has changed that you can have a look at. I've got these sketches here, so we can have a look at these.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this the same house?
Yep, that's the same house with new clothes on, I suppose.
Unbelievable. That is excellent, Rick. That is excellent.
Mark and Beatrice can't believe it's the same house, and in many ways it isn't. This is the old house as Mark and Beatrice know it, with combined living, dining, kitchen. The laundry, toilet and bathroom on the left, Lauren and Kendall's room on the right, Mark and Beatrice's room, and the bedroom shared by Mark and Ethan. In Rick's new design, the interior is completely gutted and the living room wall and floor removed. Lauren gets her own room, the boys' room has almost doubled in size, Kendall also gets a room of her own, and there's a study, seen here in orange. The new toilet and bathroom is where the kitchen used to be, and a new extension is added to create a huge living room. And a further extension to the old house is the new ground floor kitchen with a new master bedroom and ensuite above it for Mark and Beatrice.
Yeah, no, that's
Massive
fantastic.
lounge, huge bedrooms. Oh, the kids are going to love this. I love it. What do you think?
Hey, wow, I can't. Oh, look.
You can't get over it, can you?
No, I can't. Look, my little space. I never thought the house could be transformed in this way. It looks great. It looks really, really good. Doesn't look like our house, that's for sure.
After an architect draws up the plans, you can make some changes to them, but Mark and Beatrice are happy with these as they are. So now Rick's going to go off and do the final drawings. That's 2 weeks' work. And then he's got to do the building plans. That's another 4 weeks' work. It's a lot of work. And when it's all done and the plans are drawn up, we're going to need a builder's quote.
Hi, I'm Dave Brown, Certified Builder. I've just spent the last couple of weeks pricing up these plans and I've arrived at a figure of $200,000 for this renovation.
So roughly how'd you get to that figure, mate?
As a quick guide, in the building industry we've got 3 levels of cost for building and renovating. For your basic build, you allow about $900 a square metre. For medium level, about $1,100 a square metre, and if you want something really posh, it's $1,500 plus a square metre. Now, we're not building a palace here, we're building a good quality family home. So I've applied a figure of $1,100 a square metre to Rick's plans. That gives us $200,000.
Right.
But Little tip for you, I'd allow 10 to 15% over and above that figure for any cost overruns.
Crikey, that could be 30 grand on a job like this, Dave.
Yeah, but you never know, you can come across structural problems or challenges. You may want to make design changes, and of course there's the ever-present threat of price increases.
So here's how our $250,000 is looking. Building quote $200,000, contingency $20,000, leaving us $30,000 for landscaping and interior design. When you're choosing a builder, you should go out and get 3 quotes. And you can go and have a look at some of the work they've done, because you should choose your builder on reputation. And that's why we've chosen Dave, because he's got a great reputation. He's also a member of the Certified Builders Association, which I figure is a good thing, right, Nate?
It's huge. What a lot of people don't realise is a lot of builders aren't qualified. Certified builders are the only trade association in New Zealand where you have to be trade qualified to be a member, and that's good.
Well, that sounds fantastic. What are we waiting for? Let's crack on and get building.
Look, I'd love to do that for you, but the council has to give us resource and building consents before we can get going on this.
Resource consent officer, building consent officer, valuer, structural engineer, soil engineer, resource consent $1,500, soil test $1,500, building consent another $1,000.
You know, some people think that getting the right resource consents can be a total nightmare, but it doesn't have to be that way. All it takes is some forward planning and perhaps just a little bit of patience. Either way, it's Rick the architect's responsibility. Here's how it goes. There are 5 planning issues to be sorted, such as making the house bigger than the standard house size allowed for this zone, and therefore we need to get permission from the council to go ahead. And that could take time. Firstly, there's the resource consent. Now, you need that to make sure that your dream home doesn't turn into the neighbourhood nightmare. Then there's the engineer's report. We need that because the Whitinui home is built on a site which has a lot of fill in it, and that means a soil report. Finally, there's the building consent, which gives you the permission to go ahead and build your renovations. Now, all of this consent process can take up to 2 to 3 months, but once you've got it, you're up and away. But while the Whitinuis wait for consents to come through, a whole new challenge is about to be revealed. Oh my goodness, look at all this stuff. Mate, do you guys realise there are going to be huge renovations going on here very soon? This ceiling, which is the floor of your living room, is going to be down to here. What are you going to do with all of this stuff?
What are we going to do with it all?
Sell
Garage sale?
Garage sale.
Sell it, make some money. It's amazing just how much stuff the Whitinuis have got stashed around the house. And with the family moving into caravans on site for the duration of the build, the pressure's on as to what goes and what stays. Battle lines are being drawn.
There's stuff that I probably not going to want to get rid of.
Like what in particular?
Well, 2 fridges for a start. I've got a beer fridge and a spare beer fridge.
Some of the things that I want to keep, Mark doesn't want to keep. For instance, my table, my wall unit, and this. I see it as an opportunity to restore them, the whole 3 of them. And I think they look quite nice.
I'd rather not be putting, 100-year-old, 50-year-old furniture in there. I'd like to try and get some new stuff in there if we can.
The girl things he's not too fussed about, but I guess all the boy things he'll want to keep.
As far as holding on to my stuff goes, that it's staying. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to put it, but there's no way we're going to get rid of it.
I think he knows the sentimental value of the things that I want to keep, especially the dining room table being my grandmother's.
The table, for example, it's been in the family for a long time. I'd like for them to keep it in their family, but just not in this family.
With some of the larger items in dispute, there's still a heap of stuff going out in the garage sale. What time did you kick off this morning with this?
We were up around 5 o'clock getting organised.
Really?
We advertised it for 8:30 and people were turning up at 7:30.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 helmets for 6 people, and I don't even use one.
We've made $143. It's both.
I've been pocketing the rest.
In fact, the garage sale brought in $280. Not bad for a weekend's work. But in reality, that's just a drop in the ocean compared to our total spend to date of $26,000. Coming up, the family faces the challenge of moving from 87 square metres of house into just 31 square metres of caravan. It's been 8 weeks since the Whitunuis approved the final design for their ultimate do-up. We now have resource consent and building consent. Now these, my friends, are our tickets to ride, because with the consents through, we can crack on and into the build. So it's time to take one 1976 Keith Hay home and turn it into a very cool, very modern house. Demolition starts next week, so it's time to get this family once and for all out of this house. What won't fit into caravans has to go into storage, and it's an early victory for Beatrice as her antique furniture is loaded on the truck. But Beatrice has another battle on her hands, this time with Lauren.
Is that all going in the caravan?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
Boxes of my stuff that I want in the caravan. I'm not having it in storage.
Well, you're going to have to.
And no, I'm not. I just got heaps of my stuff that I need for 3 months everyday life, so I'm not going to have to go back to the storage place and get whatever I need. So this is all what I need. She just doesn't understand it. It's not just my stuff either. It's my sister's and mine.
While Beatrice is battling with the teenager, Mark is reminded that stubbornness runs in the family.
I don't care who takes me to school, I just want to go to school. Dad, can you take me to school?
No, you can have the day off.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want a day off.
It's just room that we don't have in the caravan.
Why won't you take me to school?
Because I am busy.
Oh.
I'm keeping all of this in the caravan. I'm not giving it away to storage. I'm sorry. This is stuff we need.
Apparently not. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Right, all packed. Now the stuff is in storage, or it will be soon. And the family are out of here and into these. Not one room in the existing house is going to be left as it was, so for the next 2 months, the 6 Whitunuis are going to be living here and using a couple of these, as well as trying to get on with their daily lives and help with the build. This could get very interesting. With the family out of the house, it's time to turn the Whitunuis home into a building site. And that means taking care of all the utilities. So what have you done here, mate?
Water's off, phones are off, and the power's off, so now they're in the caravans.
Over the upcoming winter, the family's opted for 2 fully kitted out caravans from South Auckland Caravans. But even these are going to get mighty cramped with 6 people now living in the equivalent of just 1/5 of their old house.
There's an outlet.
Beatrice, did you see this?
Stop standing on. Get off.
Did you see this? Fridge.
Yeah, I
And
did.
freezer. Fridge.
Kitty lock.
2 fridges.
It's a fridge.
It's a kitty lock.
And I think this is a freezer.
And the second caravan contains a nice surprise for Beatrice, a shower.
Bags this one. Dibs on this one.
Sorry.
Shower and the toilet are together.
You're not coming.
So I can have a shower and go to the toilet.
6 of you in that little teeny bathroom.
I don't care how the rest of them
Well, you
cope,
got
but
2
as long as
beds.
I've got it.
You know, when I was in the Scouts...
They can all stay dirty for 2 months.
Well, they've got a little sink so they can brush their teeth.
They can go to your house and have a bath.
That'll be the day. And for the next 9 weeks, we're going to be there every step of the way. From planning and demolition, to construction, to fit out. It's a dream come true. But turning dreams into reality has a cost. Financial, physical, and emotional. This family is going to have to pitch in and help our experts and live on site as their old home is completely gutted and their new home rises from the ashes. The big question is, how are certain members of the family going to handle the stress of living and working in the shell of their old home for what they imagine could be a tough couple of months? Dave, how long do you envisage this is going to take from start to finish for these guys?
Realistically, probably 3 to 4 months.
4 months.
3 or 4 months. A lot of couples experience stress in their relationships because it's unusual. What you're doing is different. It disrupts your lifestyle, disrupts your privacy. It's noisy, it's dirty, There's all these strange people coming in and out of your lives that you'll never see again, perhaps. And you've just got to really hang in there together and support each other through it.
Yeah, I heard someone throwing statistics around the other day. 7 in 10 marriages break up as a result of the stress involved in renovating. Now, if that's the case, I'm keeping the house, you can have the kids. Yeah, the packing up, it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was, it was one part of the whole thing that we weren't looking forward to. I've done it a few times before and it's never enjoyable. And having to do it after everyone had been fed and the kids had been put to bed, we'd have to get started on the work.
A lot of happy things have happened in that house. And just to see, being prepared for the demolition and the house is empty and there's no life in it, even though the house more or less had a life of its own when we were all in there, and now it's quiet. I almost wonder if it's wondering what's going on.
I really do believe my parents deserve this renovations thing because they are great people. And little do they know I love them very, very much, and little does Dad know I'm going to be here for a very long time.
I'm sharing a caravan with Lauren, and I think it's gonna go terrible, a disaster.
It's the start of our dream home, and I think it's going to keep our family together for a long, long time.
The costs of renovating your home start well before any building gets done. We've already spent over $27,000 before any physical work on Mark and Beatrice's house has commenced. But the real action is just about to begin. For the complete ultimate do-up story and for more great home renovating and decorating ideas, see this month's issue of Your Home and Garden magazine. Subscribe this month and you could win a new kitchen. And be sure to check out our website for more do-up tips and behind-the-scenes stories. Next week it's crunch time as the Whitinui house comes tumbling down. And Lauren vents her frustration.
Have you guys done your homework?
What's for dinner?
Come on, you kids, this place is a mess. Clean up all your stuff and the stuff outside.
Tea's ready, come inside and eat. Come on you boys, it's time for bed. I'll take you to the caravan.
Kendall, it's your bedtime.
How can I go to bed? You're all in my caravan.
That's a good point.